There comes a moment in life when the unseen hand of God begins to move in ways that are beyond human comprehension. When the divine is preparing to bless you with something greater than you have ever known, the signs will not be written in the sky, nor will they be announced with thunder. Instead, they will whisper to you in the depths of your being, calling you to recognize the shift that is unfolding. The first sign is a deep inner stirring, a knowing without evidence. It is as if your soul is awakening from a long sleep, sensing that something extraordinary is on the horizon. You may not be able to explain it, but within you there is a quiet assurance that a transformation is near. The world around you may look the same, but your perception of it begins to change, and you start feeling an unusual sense of expectation. Then you will notice doors closing. Opportunities you once relied on may suddenly vanish. People who once walked beside you may distance themselves. Do not mistake this for loss. It is a divine redirection. When God is preparing to give you something bigger, He clears the path of everything that no longer serves your destiny. What seems like rejection is in truth protection, for you are being led towards something that aligns with the highest version of yourself. A sense of isolation may come next. You might feel as if you are walking this path alone, misunderstood by those around you. But understand this: solitude is a sacred space where God refines you, where He strips away distractions so that you may hear His voice clearly. In the silence, revelation comes. You begin to see with spiritual eyes, no longer bound by appearances, but guided by faith. There will be trials, tests of endurance and patience. These are not obstacles to deter you, but lessons to prepare you. Before elevation, there is always transformation. You are being shaped, molded, strengthened for what is to come. Trust that every challenge is a step toward your breakthrough, and know that no test is given without the grace to overcome it. Unusual synchronicities will begin to appear. Signs and symbols will align in ways too perfect to be coincidence. A word spoken by a stranger, a dream that stirs your heart, a repeated message appearing in unexpected places. All of these are whispers from the divine, assuring you that you are on the right path. Pay attention, for the universe speaks in a language of signs. A deep peace will settle over you, even in uncertainty, even when nothing in the external world confirms what you feel inside. You will experience a quiet confidence. This peace is the ultimate sign that what is meant for you is already unfolding. It is not based on circumstances, but on an unshakable trust that God is at work. And then, just when you least expect it, the breakthrough will come. It will not come through force, nor through struggle, but as a natural unfolding of what was always meant to be. When you are aligned with divine will, nothing can stand in the way of what is destined for you. There is a divine orchestration that cannot be rushed, a timing that is beyond human understanding. When God is about to bless you with something beyond your imagination, He first prepares you to receive it. He does not place something grand into hands that are not yet ready to hold it. So He begins His work in the quiet places of your heart, shifting your thoughts, breaking your old limitations, and awakening a new consciousness within you. You may find yourself questioning everything you once believed. The old ways of thinking no longer satisfy you. The things you once chased after seem unimportant. A hunger for something more begins to grow within you, and though you may not know exactly what it is, you cannot ignore the pull. This is the divine call to expand, to step beyond the self you have known, for you cannot receive a new reality while holding on to an old identity. Then comes the breaking away. The things that once felt secure begin to crumble. Friendships, habits, environments, even careers may suddenly shift. You may feel as if you are losing everything familiar, but this is not destruction, it is divine reconstruction. God does not take away to leave you empty. He removes so that He may fill you with something greater. He pulls away everything that no longer aligns with your highest good. What was once a comfort zone begins to feel restrictive, and you realize you can no longer stay where you are. This is when fear tries to creep in. The mind, conditioned by years of limitation, will resist change. It will whisper doubts, make you question the path, urge you to turn back to what is familiar. But you cannot go back. Once the divine hand has touched your life, once you have been awakened to a higher reality, the old world loses its power over you. You may try to return, but you will find that you no longer fit. The people around you may not understand. They may call you foolish, tell you that you are making a mistake, but their words will not shake you, because deep inside you know the truth. You are being called to something greater. At first, nothing may seem to be happening. Days, weeks, even months may pass, and you will wonder if you were mistaken. The vision God placed in your heart seems distant, and the evidence of its arrival is nowhere to be found. This is where faith is tested. Will you trust in what you cannot yet see? Will you hold on to the knowing even when everything in the physical world tells you otherwise? Those who surrender in this moment, who give up because they see no movement, miss the blessing that was already forming. But those who persist, who continue to believe, will soon witness the manifestation of what was promised. And then suddenly the first signs will appear. A door that seemed forever closed will open. A connection will be made, an opportunity will come, seemingly out of nowhere. But it was never out of nowhere. It was always there, waiting for you to align with it. The divine does not rush, he prepares. And when the time is right, the shift will happen so effortlessly that you will marvel at how it all came together. You will look back and understand why things happened the way they did. The disappointments, the closed doors, the delays, all of it was leading you to this moment. The struggle was never to break you, it was to shape you. The waiting was never a punishment, it was a refinement. What is truly meant for you will never be withheld, but you must be ready to receive it. And so, when you sense that something big is coming, trust the process. Trust the preparation, trust the divine order that is working on your behalf. The signs will be there, not always in flashing lights, but in the stillness of your heart, in the shifting of your spirit, in the unfolding of events that seem too perfect to be coincidence. God does not plant dreams in your heart without the intention to bring them to life. If you have felt the calling, if you have sensed the shift, if you have seen the signs, then know this: what is coming is far greater than what you are leaving behind. There will be days when your faith is tested, when doubts creep in, when circumstances seem unchanged. But remember, the unseen is always at work before the seen takes form. The moment you desire something in your heart, the universe begins moving to bring it to you. The delay is not denial, it is a divine process ensuring that everything falls into place at the right time. You may notice that your intuition becomes sharper. You feel nudges, whispers, guiding you toward new choices. The same places and conversations that once seemed normal may begin to feel off, as if you no longer belong in them. You will be drawn to new ideas, books, messages, and even people who align with the vision that is unfolding within you. You may start waking up in the middle of the night, feeling an unshakable energy, as if something is being downloaded into your spirit. Pay attention, for these are not accidents. They are divine signals, preparing you for what is to come. There is a shedding that must take place. The old version of you cannot walk into the new reality that God has prepared. The doubts, the fears, the limiting beliefs must be released. The way you spoke, the way you thought, the way you carried yourself, if these things no longer align with the higher version of you, they must go. This is why discomfort comes before the blessing. This is why everything seems to be shaken before the breakthrough happens. The shaking is necessary. It is stripping away everything that does not serve your next level. You may feel exhausted, as if something within you is changing on a deep level. You may experience moments of loneliness, even sadness, because transformation is not always comfortable. The people who once fit in your life may start drifting away. The conversations that once interested you may now feel meaningless. Do not resist this process. Embrace it. What is meant for you cannot miss you, and what is leaving you was never meant to stay. The greatest sign that something big is coming is the deep peace that settles within you, even when the circumstances have not changed. This is the moment when you know, not because you see it, but because you feel it. You no longer look outside for validation. You do not ask others if they believe in your vision. You simply know. And this knowing is the evidence that your manifestation is near. It will not come through force. It will not require you to chase or struggle. It will flow to you effortlessly at the appointed time. And when it does, you will realize that it was never about just receiving something external. It was about becoming the person who was ready to hold it. The real blessing was not the thing itself, but the transformation that took place within you. Because once you have become that person, once you have stepped into that awareness, you will never again doubt the power of what is within you. You will never again wonder if God is listening. You will know that He was always there, always guiding, always preparing you for what was already yours. And when you finally step into the blessing, when you receive what was always meant for you, something even greater happens. You no longer see yourself as separate from it. You no longer question if you deserve it. You no longer fear that it will be taken away, because by the time it arrives, you have already become one with it in your mind. It was never outside of you, it was always within, waiting for you to recognize it as yours. The struggle was never about achieving something external. It was about awakening to the truth of who you are. You will notice that your fears have faded. The worries that once consumed you now seem distant, as if they belonged to someone else. The weight that you carried for so long is gone, and in its place is a lightness, a knowing, a quiet certainty that no storm can shake. It is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is not wishful thinking, it is divine authority. You have stepped into the awareness that nothing outside of you has power over your destiny. You are not waiting on circumstances to change, you are the one who changes. And then the circumstances must follow. The people around you will sense it. Some will be drawn to your presence without understanding why. Others may resist feeling the shift, but not yet ready to step into their own. Do not take this personally. Your journey is not to convince others, it is to become the living proof of what is possible. You are not here to explain how it happened, you are here to embody it. And when they are ready, they too will begin to awaken, inspired by the light that you now carry. At first, it may seem so real. You will look at the life unfolding before you, the opportunities aligning, the doors swinging open, and you will remember the days when it all felt impossible. The moments when you almost gave up, the nights you cried out for a sign, the times you questioned if God had forgotten you, all of it will make sense. The waiting was not wasted. The struggles were not in vain. Every lesson, every hardship, every closed door was necessary, because without them, you would not have become the person who now stands in this reality. You will see that the delays were not punishments, they were divine protection. The things you once begged for, the things you thought you needed, you'll realize they were never meant for you. And you will be grateful that they did not come when you asked, because now you understand. They would have been too small for the person you have become. What God had planned was far greater than what you had envisioned. There is a sacred humility that comes with this awareness. You do not take credit for the unfolding, yet you do not shrink from it either. You walk in it with gratitude, with confidence, with the quiet understanding that you were chosen for this. Not because you were more deserving than others, but because you were willing. Willing to trust when there was no evidence. Willing to let go when it felt like loss. Willing to believe even when everything in the physical world told you otherwise. And so the cycle continues. Just as you were called, just as you were prepared, just as you were tested, so too will others walk this path. And when they come to you seeking understanding, when they ask how you knew, how you held on, how you made it through, you will smile. Because you will remember what it felt like to be in their shoes, standing on the edge of the unknown, searching for a sign. And you will tell them what you now know to be true, that the signs were always there, that the promise was always theirs, and that the greatest manifestation is not the thing itself. It is the transformation that happens within. There will be more mountains to climb, more seasons of growth, more moments where you are called to expand again. But this time, you will not fear them. You will not resist. because now you know that every ending is a beginning, every loss is a preparation, every challenge is an invitation to step into something greater. The process does not stop, it evolves, and so do you. You are no longer the person who waits in doubt, you are the person who walks in faith. You are no longer asking when the blessing will come, you are living as if it is already here. And that is the final sign, the one that cannot be faked, the one that cannot be rushed. When you no longer chase, when you no longer beg, when you no longer question, when you simply know, then and only then does the manifestation arrive. Not because you forced it, but because you became it. And in that moment, you will understand that you were never waiting on God, He was always waiting on you. And as you step deeper into this new phase, you will encounter even more signs, more synchronicities that confirm you are exactly where you need to be. The whispers of the universe become louder, and the signs of divine favor appear in ways that leave no room for doubt. It will no longer be a matter of if, but a matter of when. You will find that everything is falling into place so naturally, so effortlessly, that the only explanation is divine timing. Every little action you take, every word you speak, every step you make will feel aligned with your purpose. It will feel as if you're not even trying anymore. Everything flows with ease. The things that once felt like obstacles now feel like opportunities. You will begin to see the world through different eyes, recognizing that the divine is not outside of you, but it moves through you, shaping your experiences, transforming your reality in ways that you could never have imagined. What once appeared as a challenge is now understood as the universe's way of positioning you for the next great thing. This is where the true transformation occurs. As you stand in the fullness of your blessing, you no longer look at yourself as someone who is waiting to receive something. You see yourself as the one who is already living in the manifestation, already walking in the truth of your desires. You become the embodiment of the very thing you sought for so long. You start to realize that the gap between where you were and where you are now was not a time of waiting, but a time of becoming. In this process of becoming, you are also changing the energy around you. People will notice the shift in your vibration, the new aura of peace and confidence that you exude. Your presence will become magnetic. The energy of abundance and possibility that surrounds you will draw in the right opportunities and the right people. You will start attracting experiences that resonate with the highest version of yourself. And with each new experience, your reality will reflect more and more of the life you have been envisioning. But even as you experience this, there will be moments of uncertainty. Even though everything in your life is moving in the right direction, there will be moments where doubt tries to creep in. These are the moments when your faith will be tested. These moments are not meant to break you, they are meant to strengthen you. You will learn to trust the divine process, even when the evidence isn't visible. This is where the unseen becomes more important than the seen. This is where you truly begin to walk by faith and not by sight. What you must remember in these moments of doubt is that your journey is not linear. There are seasons in life where things will feel slower, where progress seems hidden, but this is merely the space where the seeds you've planted are growing beneath the surface. And just as the seed must first break apart and be buried in the soil before it can grow, so too must you go through periods of growth that are not immediately visible to the eye. The quiet moments of uncertainty are the very moments when everything is aligning perfectly behind the scenes. The signs you are receiving, the messages and intuitions are not random. They are divine confirmations that you are on the right path. As you stay present, as you stay aligned with the vision that has been placed in your heart, you will begin to notice how the universe begins to work in your favor. Opportunities will seem to find you effortlessly. Relationships that support your growth will appear. Things that were once out of reach will become accessible. This is how you know that something big is on its way. And it's not just the external world that is changing, it is you. You are the one who is shifting into alignment with the abundance that is already yours. Even in those moments when you feel that the manifestation is taking longer than you anticipated, trust in the perfection of divine timing. Nothing happens by accident. Nothing happens outside of the divine order. What is meant for you cannot be delayed, and what is not meant for you will be removed. Trust that everything is unfolding in perfect timing and you are exactly where you need to be. The only thing required of you is to continue believing, continue trusting, and continue walking as if everything you desire is already yours. The signs of a blessing on the way are not always dramatic or grandiose. Sometimes they are subtle shifts in your consciousness. A thought you've had many times suddenly lands in a new way. A person you've known for years suddenly says something that resonates with you in a deep way. A circumstance you've been waiting for takes an unexpected turn, and suddenly things make sense. These signs are not always big, but they are powerful. They speak to your heart, not your eyes. They remind you that the work you've done, the growth you've experienced, is leading you to exactly where you are meant to be. As you look forward to what is to come, let go of any remaining attachment to how things should unfold. Release the need for control, surrender your plans, your expectations, and allow the divine to guide you. Trust that what is coming will be far greater than anything you could have ever imagined. You have been prepared for this moment, and you are more than ready to receive it. And when it arrives, when you finally witness the manifestation of what you've been waiting for, remember that this is not the end, it is only the beginning of a new chapter. What God has in store for you will continue to expand, continue to unfold, and you will continue to grow into the person who is ready to receive even greater blessings. This is how the divine works, always elevating, always expanding, always creating new levels of possibility. But even before that moment of arrival, you will know deep within you that it is already on its way. You will feel it in the air. You will see the signs, no matter how subtle they may be. And you will know that the blessing is not something coming to you from the outside, but something awakening from within. You have already called it forth. You have already aligned with it. And now it is coming to meet you where you are. This is the power of faith, the power of believing before seeing, the power of knowing that the divine is always working in your favor, always leading you toward your highest good. The signs are not for you to question, they are for you to trust. They are not meant to show you that your dreams will come true. They are meant to remind you that your dreams are already on their way. So when you see the signs, trust them. Trust that they are a confirmation of what is already unfolding. Trust that you are on the right path. Trust that God is always with you, always guiding you, always leading you toward the next step. And trust that when the time is right, what is meant for you will come effortlessly, perfectly, and in the most divine way imaginable. The only thing you need to do is stay aligned, stay faithful, and continue to walk as if everything you've ever wanted is already yours. In the moments leading up to the manifestation of what you've been desiring, you will begin to feel an undeniable sense of anticipation in the air, as though everything is on the verge of something big. Even when the world around you remains quiet, you will sense that there is a shift occurring, a shift that only those who are aware, those who are attuned to the signs, will feel. This quiet anticipation is the subtle yet profound confirmation that God is working in your life. It is not a time to doubt, but a time to trust and hold steadfast to the vision that has been planted in your heart. During this period of transition, you will also notice that your thoughts and emotions are becoming more elevated. You may experience moments of pure inspiration and clarity. Ideas that once seemed impossible now seem not only possible, but inevitable. This is a sign that you are tapping into a higher frequency of awareness. You are no longer limited by the constraints of the physical world. You are beginning to operate in the realm of divine possibility. You may also feel an overwhelming sense of peace, as though you are at one with the flow of life. The worries and anxieties that once plagued you seem to dissipate. You no longer feel the need to rush or force things to happen. You have released the need to control the outcome because you now trust that it is already on its way. You trust that the universe is bringing you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. In this space of peace, you will begin to see that the manifestation you've been waiting for is not an external event, but an internal one. It is an expansion of consciousness. It is the realization that you are already worthy of everything you desire. You are already aligned with the abundance, the love, the success, the happiness that you seek. What you've been waiting for has always been within you, and now, as you have grown and transformed, it is simply a matter of time before it becomes your physical reality. You will also notice that the world around you is starting to mirror your internal transformation. The people in your life will begin to reflect your new energy. Those who have supported your journey will become even more present and aligned with you. They will offer you the help, encouragement, and opportunities you need to move forward. And those who are not aligned with your new path may begin to fade away, not because of anything you've done, but because they no longer resonate with the person you have become. This is not a time to hold on to what no longer serves you. It is a time to release, to let go of attachments, to make space for the new blessings that are on their way. The old must make room for the new, and this process of release can sometimes be challenging. But understand that the things, people, and situations that no longer align with your highest good are being removed not as a punishment, but as an act of divine love. It is God clearing the path for you, making space for the blessings that are waiting to enter your life. The more you let go, the more you will feel a sense of lightness. The weight of the past, the weight of your doubts, the weight of your fears will begin to lift, and in its place will be a sense of freedom. The freedom to step fully into your purpose, the freedom to embrace the vision of who you are becoming. This is when you will feel the power of your own divine nature more profoundly than ever before. You will realize that you have always been in control of your reality. And now, with this awareness, you can consciously choose the experiences that align with your highest desires. As the manifestation draws nearer, you may also notice that your inner dialogue is shifting. The negative self-talk, the limiting beliefs, the doubts that once held you back are starting to lose their grip on you. You will catch yourself speaking in ways that are more empowering, more positive, more affirming of your worth. You will catch yourself visualizing the life you desire as if it is already here. You will no longer be speaking in terms of I hope or I wish or I want. You will begin to speak in terms of I am, I have, I know. This shift in language is powerful because it reflects a shift in your consciousness. You are no longer asking for permission. You are claiming what is rightfully yours. In this place of alignment, you will begin to notice the synchronicities that surround you. They may show up in the form of a song that speaks directly to your situation, a conversation with a stranger that offers the exact insight you need, or a series of seemingly random events that come together in perfect harmony. These synchronicities are God's way of reminding you that you are on the right path. They are signs that you are not alone, that you are being guided every step of the way. And as you notice these synchronicities, you will begin to trust more deeply in the divine plan that is unfolding in your life. The more you trust, the more the universe will confirm your trust with blessings, opportunities, and experiences that reinforce your belief in the unseen. It will become clear that what you once saw as coincidences were never coincidences at all. They were divine interventions guiding you towards the life you've always dreamed of. As you continue to walk this path, you will realize that what you've been waiting for was never a destination but a journey. The manifestation, the blessing, the abundance that you've been seeking, these are not just the end result, they are part of the ongoing process of your growth, your transformation, your becoming. Every step you take along the way brings you closer to the fullest version of yourself. And as you evolve, so does the manifestation. The more you grow, the more you align with your true purpose, the more your desires manifest in ways that feel effortless and natural. This process of growth is ongoing. Just as the seed continues to grow, sprout, and reach for the sun, so too will your life continue to unfold in perfect divine timing. What you experience today is only a glimpse of the infinite possibilities that are ahead of you. The moment you think you've reached your fullest potential, you will find that there is always another level, another opportunity, another manifestation awaiting you. And even as the manifestation arrives, as the blessing pours into your life, it is essential to remember that this is not the end. It is just the beginning of a new chapter, a new season of growth, abundance, and transformation. There will always be more to come. What God has in store for you is infinite. And as you continue to live in alignment with your true self, as you continue to trust in the divine process, you will begin to see that the signs, the synchronicities, the manifestations, they were always leading you to this moment. The moment when you would realize that everything you have been through, everything you have experienced, has been preparing you for this. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and everything that is meant for you is already on its way. You will come to realize that the universe has always been on your side. Every challenge, every obstacle, every difficult moment was not a punishment, but a purposeful step in your evolution. When things did not go as you had planned, it was simply life redirecting you toward a path that was more aligned with your true desires. The disappointment you once felt was merely a misunderstanding. What seemed like a loss was actually an invitation for something greater. In the moment of hardship, you may have wondered why things weren't working out, but as you look back, you'll understand that those setbacks were simply preparing you for the divine appointment that awaited you. The truth is, everything in your life has been preparing you for this moment, and you have been more than ready. You may have doubted yourself, questioned your worthiness, or even wondered if the dreams you've been holding on to were too big. But now, as you reflect on the journey, you realize that there was no need to question. All of those signs, all of those moments of divine guidance were meant to show you that your dreams were always meant for you. Now, as you stand on the precipice of this new chapter, it will feel like the universe itself is conspiring to help you succeed. Opportunities will start to present themselves in ways you could never have predicted. They will come from unexpected sources, but they will come. You may even experience moments of synchronicity where things fall into place effortlessly. The right people will enter your life at exactly the right time. The resources you need will appear just when you need them. This is not coincidence, this is divine timing. And as these things unfold, you will feel the truth in your heart that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. In moments of doubt or fear, return to the knowing that you have been led here. You are not alone. The universe is moving in perfect alignment with your desires. Trust that you are being guided every step of the way, even when you cannot see the full picture. The path ahead will become clearer with each step, and in time you will see that everything that has happened up to this point was part of a larger divine plan, a plan that only God could have orchestrated. You will also find that as you embrace this new reality, you begin to step into your true power. The fear, the uncertainty, the limitations that once held you back will fall away. In their place, you will feel a newfound confidence, one that comes not from external validation, but from an inner knowing that you are more than capable of handling everything that comes your way. You will recognize that you are the creator of your own reality. What you have been waiting for, what you have been dreaming of, has always been within you. You were born for this. You were born to receive your blessings. And as you step into this new chapter, you will notice a shift not just in your external world, but in your inner world as well. Your relationship with yourself will deepen. You will begin to love and accept yourself in ways you never thought possible. The parts of you that were once hidden, that you were afraid to show, will now come into the light. You will no longer feel the need to hide or shrink yourself in the presence of others. You will stand tall in the fullness of who you are, embracing every aspect of your being. This love for yourself is not about arrogance or pride. It is about recognizing your inherent worth. It is about understanding that you were always worthy of the blessings that are now coming to you. And as you fully accept this truth, you will find that your life begins to reflect this newfound sense of self-love. You will attract people, experiences, and opportunities that align with the highest version of who you are. This is the law of attraction in its purest form. When you love yourself and know your worth, the universe reflects that back to you. As you continue to align yourself with the truth of who you are, you will also begin to notice that you are no longer seeking validation or approval from others. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself. You simply show up as you are, knowing that you are enough. This inner knowing will free you in ways you never imagined. You will no longer feel the need to chase after things or people to feel complete. You are already complete. You are already whole. In fact, the more you embrace this sense of completeness, the more you will attract everything you've ever wanted. The universe operates in cycles of abundance. The more you align with your true self, the more the universe aligns with you. Opportunities will flow effortlessly into your life. The relationships you desire will blossom. Financial abundance will begin to manifest in ways you never imagined. Your health will improve and your confidence will soar. This is the flow of divine abundance, and once you tap into it, it becomes a constant, unbroken stream in your life. But it is important to remember that this process of manifestation is not about forcing or striving. It is not about controlling or manipulating the universe. It is about surrendering to the flow.